and going to stream live. Shrutika, are you still driving?
Yeah.
Going back home?
Yes, 10 मिनट में पहुंच जाऊंगी घर पे, तो थोड़ा लेट हो गया हूँ.
ठीक है, no worries. Sun on cloud. Wow. Okay. All right. So today we start with the topic of 5 elements of Qigong. Okay. So the 5 element Qigong, and this is again very special topic from Mantak Chia. And once I attended his course on this, I felt that even though it's very basic that we work with the 5 elements, we don't understand. We don't understand the various elements. We don't understand the breath of essence that we get, or the chi that we get from the elements, and how it works on us. We are unable to fathom that, how the trees breathe, and how we become one with the trees, how we take energy from the sun, and how we give out, how we take energy from the universe. So the first thing that we are going to read is about the power plants of your body. So there are certain power plants of your body. The first one is the lower energy center, which is like the lower Tante, which is below the navel, which is also called the Tante fire, the main power plant of your whole body, because it is working with the absorption fire because of the digestive system there. Second plant is the kidney and the adrenal fire, which acts as the emergency backup power generator. It's like a generator for us with all the emergency backup power in it. It also stores the life force reserves because this is the space that we call as the gate of life, the gateway of life. And the life force reserves. So this is uh, second the second power plant is the of the digestion fire. So the absorption fire is the first one. The second is the digestion fire. First is the lower energy center. Second is the kidneys and the adrenal fire. Now, how do we find our lower tante? Okay, which is also called as the second brain. It's very interesting. The lower tante, we know, is full of intestines, okay? And those intestines in the midline, and all the intestines are there around the large and the small intestines. And when you see an image of intestines, they are interconnected and they are like in between. Like that, if you see an image of your brain in the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, they very radically reflect each other. So the lower dantian is also called as the second brain of the of our body. Now, the lower dantian is like the area just above the navel, 4 inches above the navel, and it goes right up to just above the pubic area. So that entire circle in the center, like this down and yada, that entire area is your lower dantian. Now, which is also like I said, the second brain. Now, the main is your navel, and from the navel, you have a point which is straight behind. It's called the Mingmen or the door of life. Now, um, the door of life and the lower dantian. Okay, so they are also very beautifully connected in the way that I mentioned that there is a triangle like this. The door of life, the navel, and the huyin at the bottom. So it's like as if like this, नीचे से ऊपर तक. So these are very beautiful sacred points and the areas which help you in your. These are called the power point, the power plants of your body. Okay, the Tantin fire, the main power plant of your whole body, where the absorption fire happens. You absorb the energy, and the kidney and the adrenal fire, where you digest the fire. It's like it's called the digestion fire, which is the emergency backup power. I really wish I can share these images with you. Very powerful images and very detailed one. I'll try and send these in the group. Now, when we talk about these two fires, the end result is the longevity. It affects our lifespan. How? Because if you have more energy in these power plants, then naturally your body's immune system will be better, the organs will function better, and with the result of that is you will have more vitality, and because of that the longevity of life is good, the quality of life is good. Okay, you would you will not fall sick very often. Now, longevity requires higher quality energy in the organs. I like this line because it doesn't mean just energy, like just any kind of energy. It is talking about the high quality energy in the organs. And when we here, along with this, if you reflect on the other practices, the other organization with which I'm practicing, apart from Ayurveda, it is the Yin and Qigong science, in which we work on the high quality of energy. So it just any energy won't work. What we are looking at is the high quality energy in the organs. That is why we go and touch in our practices, we go and touch the Hunyanchi. So when you have energy, that means abundance, you can use the alchemy breath to manifest your highest destiny. And this happens in alignment with the highest force. That's the essence of breath. The inner alchemy Qigong is about manifesting our highest destiny. That's exactly what happens. When you have these reserves, okay, in your internal organs, inside these powerhouses, and it helps you in absorption, it helps you in digestion. And then when you are dealing with the high quality of energy into your body, there's a longevity which happens. And with this, if you connect the alchemy of breath, bringing in another aspect of alchemy of breath along with good organs, healthy organs, and the highest level of energy, then the Qigong that we practice becomes the inner Qigong or the alchemy of the inner Qigong. It's just not physical then. Then it becomes so that you get energy from inside out, outside in and inside out, so that your vitality is at peak at all the times. Okay? That means you're in good health and you can manifest your highest destiny. जैसे बोलते हैं कि भाई if you have good energy then you can be more productive. Well, yes. So here you can be productive enough that you can actually manifest your highest destiny. And that's a very, very huge line to work with to manifest your highest destiny. Because when we talk about the law of manifestation in the normal terminology of today's world, then what we are talking about is mostly manifestation of material things. Okay, I won't even touch the topic of material or non-materialistic stuff. Okay, leave that aside. What do we want? Like we say, oh, I want a big house. Let's manifest a big house. Okay, I want to manifest a good job, or I want to manifest so much of money, or I want to manifest a healthy relationship. Do we ever say that, okay, manifestation is going to be, have you ever thought that manifestation could be actually a byproduct of the quality of your body, your mind, and the quality of energy that is flowing through you? When all the three are working together, then what you will end up manifesting is your highest destiny. And we don't even know what can be our highest destiny. That's mm, the crux of the matter here. We don't know what is the highest destiny. Think about it. If you want to manifest your highest destiny, what is it exactly that you would like to manifest? Yeah, okay. And because we are talking about the elements, the five elements, we have to talk about the organs. So we have the brain, we have the eyes, we have so the brain is actually functioning pretty separately, but rest of the organs are paired up. So if you so it's for example the heart and the small intestines are paired up. The lungs and the large intestines are paired up. Like that, the liver and the gallbladder are one pair. the stomach and the spleen is paired up. The kidneys and the bladder is paired up. The eyes and the throat is paired up. It is very interesting how these pairing works. So it's like, let me pick up a small example. Okay, for example, lungs and the large intestines. We have to go and dig as to the function of the lung and the function of the large intestine. Now, two different functions, but the excessive energy, the energy flow is happening if there is a block in the large intestines because of our habits and food and everything. It is going to affect your lungs. The lung energy will not be enough. If the lung energy is not enough, it's going to reflect somewhere else. But that's a little bit more. But that's how they work in pairs. It's it's very interesting. Kidneys and bladder. We know that if you have a stone in the kidneys, it's going to come out through the bladder, right? It's going to come out through the tube. It's like same for both the men and the women. That's very direct example. So it's I think it's like one of the best examples. If you find that you have um, mm, water, it's water element, right? The kidneys and the bladder. Trying to make it simplify and explain it to you. So kidneys and bladder, water element. Lung and the intestine, large intestines, air element. Okay. So and how these eh, organs are affecting the five elements and the five organs, how they are connected and how they are affecting each other. So let's see that now. So it's called the positive emotions creation cycle. So it's okay. For example, now let's see. It's a positive one. Okay. When we talk about the heart and the small intestines, we're talking about fire. Okay. So the element of fire comes in. So we have fire, we have earth. So here um the change happens here. Okay, notice that. So the fire, we talk about earth. From earth, we talk about metal. From metal, we go to water. From water, we go to the wood. From the wood, we go back to fire. Okay, first let's understand the pairing of the and what elements of the growing alchemical cycle of the five elements. So the heart and the small intestines are the fire element, the element of summer. Okay, so the heart and the intestines, fire, the element, the in the seasons you can see the element of summer in there. This means sharing love, creativity, and spiritual well being. Expansion is warm. Listen to this again. Very beautiful. the heart and the small intestines, the element of summer, sharing love, creativity, and spiritual well being. And expansion is warmth. Like that, the next pair is earth, which is spleen, stomach, and the pancreas. And the positive emotions are fairness, open, and trust. Fairness, openness, and trust. This is also the element of the Indian summer. The earth feeds and supports all beings. Stability from diversity. That means they're functioning their best in the seasons, these particular seasons. So they need warmth. Both of these elements need warmth. Both of these organs, all these heart, small intestines, spleen, stomach, and pancreas need heat, the warmth of the natural summer, Indian summer. The third one is the metal, which is the lungs and the large intestines. Now, lungs are connected to the skin completely, totally. So, we normally say that if you have any skin infection, anything to do with the skin, then you got to look at your large intestines and the lungs. And the positive, we're talking about the positive emotions here. So the element is the element of the fall. The season is the fall season. The energies from the sky meet the earth, gathering supply assets. In other species, we also call it the air, or we call it the ether, or the space, or the metal. It's only in the English that we go towards the different five elements. This is the Taoist version. Okay, so don't get confused with this. So now with the metal, we are talking about the energies from the sky meeting the earth, the element of the fall, and the emotions are positive emotion, which is the courage and the righteousness. That doesn't change. That we have it working with. Now, from the metal, it gets into the water. The water element is, of course, the kidneys, the bladder, and the ears. One of the Shivashi movements that we were practicing, if you remember, we were working with the channels and it goes air element and it was going straight into the ear. I think it was the third and the fourth where we were turning that. Ah, I think it is a rainbow, third one. Gathering the rainbow. It is because that's air element is connected to the lungs and it was connected to the ear. So kidneys, ears, and the bladder. And the element is of winter. The water retreats to the deepest ground and purifies itself. Refinement absorbs resources. That's why Winter is a regeneration area, it's a hibernation space. And that is where you store when you go into hibernation. You are storing in the kidney, the vitality, the great force of life deep into that space of winter. Winter is for rest, okay? Respecting the seasons that the water retreats to the deepest ground and purifies itself. Refinement absorbs resources. Positive emotions are gentleness, calmness, and silence. Wow. Uh-huh. Okay. So high mountains, very cold. So it's literally like going in winters. That is a time where you want to go into automatically because oxygen levels are also oh they are less there. There is a kind of slowness, a hibernation which comes into your mind and body and your heart. It just kind of like settles down. And then you find that you're a lot more softer, gentler, calm, and silent because your body is not fight in the fight mode. It has gone into very restive space, into the water retreat, to the deepest ground, purifies itself. And the refinement happens in the silence, and that refinement absorbs all the senses. But from water, the next element we go up to is this is the cycle that they follow. Okay, Taoist. We go up to the wood. Once we go to the wood, we work with the element of spring and nature abounds with energy. Life, movement requires essence. And of course, the organs that are connected to that is liver, eyes, and gallbladder. You're feeling tired? Close your eyes and rest. You'll feel rejuvenated. You're feeling tired? That means probably there is less of liver. You're feeling tired? Then close your eyes, look at the liver, enhance it. From there, automatically it goes into the gallbladder. So how one organ, sensory organ, is connected to deep to the major organs. The positive emotion of the liver is the kindness and generosity because it's giving life, it's a nature, and there is nature abounds with energy. Liver is directly connected to energy. You have lack of energy, work with your liver because probably the liver is supplying, giving excess energy to some of your other organs, which doesn't have energy. So it redirects also. Our body is so beautifully made, you watch. You can't even imagine. It will redirect its energy, go to that organ. So it is good to take care of all these things. And from wood, it will now go back to the heart and the small intestines. And the positive emotion of these two ones are love, joy, happiness, and appreciation. thoughts. If your heart is full of joy and love, you will end up appreciating everyone and everything around you. You will be happy, you will be joyous. And in summer, sharing love and creativity and spiritual well being, expansion is formed. So I've done a full circle with all the five major organs and some of the sensory organs, along with their positive emotions, along with the seasons that you got to work with. And now we're getting into winters, right? So we can work with the kidneys, the kidney and the bladder. So we can work with that continuously. So the movements that you can practice and pick up and practice are the water element practices from Shivaji. So you can correlate and work like that. All right. Now, when we work with the positive emotions, there is another chart which is full of negative emotions. And what happens once we are getting to the negativity of that cycle? Because that's also very it's disruptive, right? If everything goes good and well, then we are in the positive side of the that cycle. But most of the time we are not. We are sticking to the negative side. And it's not only the thought process. It has already happened. Now, doesn't matter. But know it and work towards it. So what happens when the heart, the fire, and the small intestines go into the negativity? The physical symptoms will be the heart palpitations, high blood pressure, and chest pain. You will be full of impatience. You will not be kind, so almost to the extent of being cruel by words, by actions, or deeds. And you will have the uh, you know the it's very negative. It's written eight. Like I can't even say it. For me, it's so difficult. It says eight. I mean, like it says something that you can actually hate. Well, I'm not able to fathom that now. So, but yeah, it's mentioned that you can actually go to the extent of hating someone or something, and which will probably take you towards cruelty. Wow. So, absolutely opposite. And that fire, which is supposed to give you that warmth, expansion, that happiness and joy, can take you the other way around too. So, so the fire does both the work. So you have to be very careful with the quality of energy in that organ. So if it goes the wrong way, okay, this is what can happen. The second one is the spleen and the stomach and the pancreas. The physical symptoms are that you will have impaired digestion, difficulty eliminating waste product by digestion. Of course, because your stomach and the spleen is involved. And the negative emotions are worry, anxiety, and mistrust. See, if at any point you find any of these emotions there within you, you sit with that specific organ. You do the specific movement and you work all these things with the quality of high quality of energy, Punyanchi. right? Wonderful. And that's the earth. The earth is getting imbalanced. The earth gets imbalanced. What happens to your lungs and skin, which is your metal or the air or the, if you want to understand that space and ether, the skin, the large intestines, and the lungs, it gets full of sadness and depression. You can get breathing problems. It could be sinus. It could be um, asthma. It could be just cold, cough, ingestions. You know, we say that, oh, I'm getting cold, I'm getting a cough, I'm getting a flu. It, this area is getting affected, right? So, um, it- less of oxygen in your blood because you're not able to breathe properly. So, oh, wow, wow. It leads to constipation also. Yeah, because large intestines are. So, when you look at constipation, if you're going to just take care of constipation, it probably might not work. And if it has become chronic, then you've got to look at your lungs. You've got to look at what is it that you're holding inside your system. What kind of sadness and grief and depression is what you're holding inside. And if you remember, uh, this also says there's a decreased level of oxygen in the blood. So we can look at, I have been suggesting two things to do for your um, recovery part. One is the oxygenation of the water. So you make the water alkaline and you oxygenate it so that there is more oxygen in the water. And when you're drinking that water, it's there in your system. Once it's there in your system, the system will start responding to the oxygen because all the cells need it, right? So if you don't have enough oxygen, how is the optimization going to happen? And that is where the breath work also comes in. That's why I say that, oh, you do your breathing properly. But yeah, sometimes people do cross a certain limit of their health, then they get help. And the help can be through this process of oxygenating your water, making your water alkaline, because we have read that you do need the body is being supported by other chi also, and that is your food chi. So we need that support system too. Now, if from there, what happens if the water element goes into the negative space, which means the kidney, ears, and the bladder? And the kidneys are storing fear. Well, we know that kidneys store fear, fight or flight, because the adrenal gland is connected to that. And our DNA says that we are hunters. Let's kill or fight or flight. Let's run. We are running away from situations we don't want to face, or we want to sit and fight and say, no, this is what it is. This is how it has to be. We want to be right all the time. Exhausted. And the physical symptoms are loss of sexual energy, loss of life force, the nervous system disorder, the body becomes acidic, there are knots in the abdomen. Wow. So, can we also connect the reproductive system with the kidneys? I think yes, because if it is directly connected to the sexual energies, and that goes to the reproductive system. So when we say somebody is not able to conceive or has cyst or there is issues with the ovaries, fallopian tubes, we can also look not only at the reproductive system, we can also look at the kidneys, the adrenal gland, because everything is connected, everything is integrated. From there, let's move to the wood, the element of wood. What happens if the liver, eyes, and the gallbladder goes into negativity, anger, frustration, jealousy, envy? And the physical symptoms are there's a production of more cholesterol, bile production becomes imbalanced, which is bad digestion, blood stagnations in the liver, reducing its ability to detoxify the body. As the liver goes the other way around, and all these things, let me tell you. So the positive one was we went from actually from the heart, we went to uh, the stomach, then we went to the lungs, from there we went to kidneys, we went there from there to the liver, and back to the heart. Now, if you want to go to the negative one, if you go the other way around, what happens? From the heart, negative emotions, cruelty, impatience, and then the heart doesn't have energy. It can't give enough energy to the liver. The liver will get produce cholesterol. It will give you anger. It will make you your digestion will go bad. Your blood will not have that purification because the body is not able to detoxify. Liver energy goes down, kidneys will go down. The kidneys go down, the lungs will go down. The lungs will go down, the spleen and the stomach goes down. And that will again reflect onto the heart. So then you, instead of going the positive cycle, you get caught into the negative cycle or the cycle which moves the other way around, where the energy keeps going lesser, lesser, and lesser. So, what if you? I think we should cover this. The what is the negative emotional conflict cycle? In one way, what happens is if we go into the negative way, the water will destroy the fire. Okay, the fire is the parent of earth. It will, and earth is a child to the counteract water. So it's like it's disrupted. Once the fire, once the fire is destroyed, because the water which is coming from ulta, so the water is destroying the fire. The fire will burn the earth, and then from there the earth will it it, it, will, it will evaporate, and that things will go up, and it will go into the fire. So the earth will block the fire. Earth can block the water. The water is the parent of wood, and earth and the wood is the child with the children. I will send this chart on the group. I think you need to understand that. It's otherwise it's very difficult to explain. I will try. Basically, what we are trying to say is when the parent is attacked, the child will protect the parent. That means if the if the heart, which is the fire, if the if let's say if water is destroying the fire, then fire is the parent of the earth. So, who is the parent of the earth? Fire is the parent of the earth. But the kidneys are not able to give, the water is not able to give enough fire, the energy to the heart. So, if that is less, then the earth element will try to protect it, will try to protect the heart. And earth is a child to counteract water. It's very beautiful, but I think it needs still more deeper explanation. How each one ends up defending, each organ ends up defending and protecting and sending energy to that organ. So it's a very beautiful cycle. But we need one full class for that. But so as of now, just try to understand that if my heart is not full of energy, that means my it's gone into negative thing. That means there's not fire. That means the wood is not burning, and I'm not getting supported by the, the water. If the water becomes more, the kidney overtakes and gets into the fire, then it can go liver, the lungs will go less. The lungs will go less, then the liver will be less. If the liver goes less, it will affect the spleen in the stomach. The spleen in the stomach goes less, it will affect the kidneys. The kidneys go less, they will go to the fire, heart. If the heart is less, it will go to the lungs. If the lungs are not enough, it will go to the wood, the liver. So, yes. Awesome. All right. Any questions that you would like to ask?
I love the session.
Yes, Sindhu?
I love the session. I can
Very
correlate this with the Hunyanchi digestion and this kidney, everything. Actually, this session which I have joined is really working. Even for the digestion and the Hunyanchi, it's clearing the path without the knowledge. Yeah, it's happening.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, because sometimes
The quality of cheese, what is making the difference?
what happened is in between I got the same thing, constipated because of some travel. And what I was thinking, started doing this Hunyanchi, and I started noticing this difference without any conflict, without any struggle. I am easily getting all the motions are easily going away from the body. I feel like what is happening inside my body suddenly. And day by day it's getting progressed. And
Yeah.
also when I was started doing in the heart space, I feel like that emotions are getting vanished off. So my mind, what it's happening is like if someone is if something strange, like whichever is not able to accept for me, if something is happening, immediately go and start doing this one near to heart and send it off again. I don't want to keep it inside. Just go it away, throw it away like that.
Nice. I like the way you're using the sessions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of getting addicted, ma'am. I was thinking, so I feel like be in that same space. Don't put anything inside. Throw it away. Throw it away.
That is a natural state. But yeah, that's a natural state, to be empty but not empty.
And the thing which you have connected with it, the kidney and the sexual reproductive organ, I have met few peoples with the same issues, and everything is correlative. Whatever you have told and whatever they are saying, it's kind of correlative. I thought of asking you to send this chart, and you itself said that you will be sending.
I will send it. There are more deeper practices to clean the organs. And because now you have been exposed to the teacher's session, it's very easy for you to connect to this, because I find both these practices complementing each other. One is incomplete without the other, but when you put both together, I think it's a beautiful combination. It takes you deeper.
I eagerly waiting for it, ma'am. Because I tasted this one, and I feel like it's easy for me. Rather going behind medicine, rather going behind explaining everything, you put it inside, I will clear it off silently. It's done.
Oh.
You whatever you want to give, you just give me. I will throw it here silently. No problem. You just come and give me.
No, no, no. Don't say just come and give me. No, no. You have to be very careful. We say that you have to be very careful with what you say.
Sometimes it's not in our hand, no, ma'am. Sometimes when we are not able to make them to understand or make them to explain and reactive towards us, what we are trying to say. இப்ப நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்ங்கிறது புரியாம when they are doing something, they are giving it back as if like I don't understand. So that time what I'm saying is like, okay, you do, I will throw it here, you give. That kind
No,
of
you don't take it in. You don't take it in. Okay, you don't take it in. So that whatever you have to throw out becomes lesser and lesser. Okay? You don't take it in.
okay.
You don't have to take everything inside. No need. You will come to a space soon where you will know what needs to come in. Only Hunyanchi, the positive, the quality of energy has to come in. That's it. And that is a time when everything else, which is not needed by you, will not come close to you. That's the magic which will happen here. Don't worry, it will happen.
Notice that one also. I noticed that one also. With few people, I noticed that one also. So started seeing those benefits. I feel like, okay, I will make it myself, no problem. I have some instrument with me, so I don't want to expose with anyone, and okay, I will handle myself. Thank you
Happy
so
to
much.
hear all this. Yeah, no, I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear you diving deep into it and knowing that, yeah, it's very important. You needed this probably in the right time, and everything happened good. Fantastic.
So it's like how it
Keep
is happening
traveling.
means, ma'am.
Keep traveling, because the energy is never stagnant. Energy is always moving and traveling. So you cannot say that this is the end or this is the point that I have reached. Even then, even in stillness, there is always movement. And even when that movement stops, you will find stillness in that. And again, in that stillness, you will find movement. It is a very beautiful process. Okay?
So it took me a point where if you are feeling hungry, do this one. You will feel energetic. If you are feeling tired, do this one. You don't need to lie down. So thing is happening inside. I don't know, but really got addicted to this one.
Happy. Okay. Anyone else? Shrutika.
I missed a lot of it, but I will go through the reading again. Whatever I could hear, and quite a little bit of it, but I'll go through the class again.
Hmm. Magma.
Yeah, it was like how beautiful everything is connected, and how can we say that we're not connected to things? Like, I liked the element of comparing with the seasons. So it was very, so for me, it was like very awe that, how everything is so integrated, and we how easily forget that no, it's me and that's separate, and I should look after only this, not that. I mean, that was a very strong. And I think on the organs, all the positive, negative emotion that you were sharing, I'm becoming so aware of them now. With the work life changing a bit in the past few weeks, I'm so aware of it that I'm bringing this emotion, what is happening, and how it works, how it feels. So I'm really now very aware of these, which and body instantly responds if that emotion is there.
Hmm.
Feeling those, but yeah, it's more trying now to work because you're surrounded by so much of it. How do you make sure you keep yourself disconnected from him every time, because there's so much of it that is coming in, to separate it.
It will start happening on its own. You know that it is already happening.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Yeah. It happens. It's it just happens. It's like see once all that balance of the organs starts happening, the right flow of energy from the liver to the water, sorry, to the earth. From earth, it goes into the metal, then it gets into the water. So how that's how the energy is traveling, the positivity of it is traveling. If heart is happy, everything is good. So
Yes, that cycle. Yeah. No,
so
I
if you
like that.
cycle gets okay, then I think you should be okay.
Yeah. No, I'm very aware, very, very aware of it. So I'm practicing a bit more now to work on this. And I think, like you said, if certain part of organ, so I think I need to now start focusing on that too. If there's an organ, like fear is there, so let me work on kidneys more and work more on that. So it was good. And I like the other bit of the highest destiny. I had this realization in few days ago as well, that I just don't know. I don't know. So it's like pure, like, I know this is not what world shows you is all about. There is more, and the highest purpose is very clear. So, but I don't know what I need to be able to get there. So I surrender. You take care of it to say what I need to get there, because I really don't know. It was a very heartfelt that came in few days ago. It's very nice. I think I could understand when you said highest destiny. I was like, yeah, this all the world shows you makes you so believe that this is it. But actually, it was very
Awesome. Shut up. We sign off, girls, and you take care, and you have a lovely weekend, and we say bye bye.
nice. Okay, it's good.
We will sign in again.
Bye.
By the way, I went live on YouTube. It's still live. So go to my YouTube channel and see it and like it and share it. Okay.
Good. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.